Greetings and welcome to In Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. We are very excited. Why? Because the Trade and Investment Conference is rolling around once more. We're going to be having a conversation with Team Lead Marketing at the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, Kailash Jaikaransingh. Hello, ma'am. How you do? Thank you so much. We normally have these kind of conversations around these times, so I don't want us to get jaded about it. But let's start from the basic. If someone has never been a part of this conversation, I want you to tell us a little bit about the Trade and Investment Conference. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks for having me this morning. I'm really happy to be here. Let's get into it. The Trade Investment Convention is happening at the Center of Excellence this Thursday to Saturday, and that's the 17th to the 19th. And what it is, it has three components really. We have our webinars and seminars, which is our business education series, which is actually starting from today to Wednesday. And then the seminars portions takes place on the business days, which is the Thursday and Friday at TIC. So if you go onto our website, you would see the whole host of webinars and seminars that are taking place from today. And you can register to attend these. Most of them are free, if not all, right? And again, it's because it's a business education series. We want the general population or those who have interest in business to have access to different topics that the host will be putting on to put their interest on whatever the topics may be, right? For example, TTM themselves, we are going to put on a seminar on entering the US markets on Thursday. So that's one that you can go onto our website and register to attend, right? Down at Center of Excellence. That's one component. The next component, which is the big show itself, that's happening Thursday, starting on Thursday, is the exhibitors. People come and they see all these booths, and people say, exhibitors really put it all into the displaying their products and their services, and it's absolutely lovely. And they stay in their booths to show their product. And on the floor, we actually have our B2B meetings as well scheduled, where we have a B2B coordinator that TTMA has buyers coming in, registered buyers, that we coordinate B2B meetings for these exhibitors to further business. So that's the second element. And the third element, of course, will be the consumer day. We have our business days on the Thursday and the Friday, and then the Saturday, which is the 19th, is the consumer day of TIC. And that's when we enjoy having all the population of Trinidad and Tobago come down to TIC, because we love seeing the faces of persons just coming in and being in awe of just to show the products and the services that these both local and foreign exhibitors have to offer, and just really interacting and getting to know the products.
And you say that, and I'm thinking about Saturday and just imagining people walking around the booths like Smurfs, literally bowling.
Yes.
So different things will have different importance to individuals, but how important are those webinars and that building capacity element even before the physical shows where people are interacting with each other? And are they asynchronous? Because if somebody missed it because they were working, can they come back and access it?
As far as being able to access it thereafter, no, unfortunately not. But that's why we publish the schedule so far in advance, right? With respect to the element of it, we've always had this element of TIC in under the business education series, because we do see the importance of sharing that knowledge. And of course, while TTMA who will host our own webinars or seminars, these are persons that have interest in sharing their story. For example, we have an IB seminar that will be happening. Again, all the information is on our website on date and time. And that would be for employers to come in and register on how to do the NIB platform, use the online NIB platform, which is really, really important for business. What I forgot to mention as well is anybody that is interested in participating in TIC is free to enter once you pre-register on the website. So that's why I say our website is so important, www.ttma.com/TIC, and you enter for free. But failure to do so is $50 on the day. We do not stop people from entering, but it's just a processing fee that would have to be paid. And registration closes at midday this Wednesday on the 16th.
All right, now, some people call this rapid fire round, but in terms of like some short answers, is there a theme this year or a special focus?
Of course, this year is Business Beyond Borders.
And looking for what was the inspiration for that?
Because we know that and more so COVID would have shown the importance of a globalized network, right? So while we are strengthening the local market, TTMA's mandate is really for export and to build capacity of our local manufacturers to be able to export and become forex net earners. And that is what TIC allows the platform for.
And just before we take the break, people are usually very interested to see who are some of the regional exhibitors coming, and set the platform first. Thank you. Who are some of those that we may not have seen before, or who are
Well,
some that are that made their name and people might be happy to see them back?
sure. Well, I could give you a whole list of countries, interesting countries that you may not even anticipate that are coming this year in terms of buyers and exhibits. So we have the UK, we have the US, we have the Dominican Republic, we have Jamaica, St. Lucia, Costa Rica, Panama, Puerto Rico, Grenada. So these are some really interesting, and as buyers, interestingly enough, we have buyers from Azerbaijan, Afghanistan, India. So really a real unique eclectic mix that I think really would promote business for Trinidad and Tobago and for all exhibitors that are present.
We're going to let that breathe, take a short break. We're speaking with Kailash Jaikaransingh, team lead of marketing at TTMA. We are locked in and loaded, focusing on the Trade and Investment Conference that is coming up this week. Stay with us. We return after this. Welcome back. We are having a conversation with Kailash Jaikaransingh, team lead of marketing at the TTMA. And just before we took that break, Ms. Jaikaransingh, you spoke about the amount of buyers that are coming in from disparate shows, from different jurisdictions. And with that in mind, I want you to read and spell for us. How significant is it for someone who is operating locally to be able to be part of TIC to meet these potential buyers? And is that something that they would be able to do normally on a day-to-day basis?
I think that is the core of TIC in terms of making those meetings happen. So outside of TIC, perhaps if you are aggressive as a company, you may get it, but I can assure you that the name of TIC has been around for the last 26 years, and buyers recognize it as a serious place where business is done. So when we reach out to them, there's immediate interest, or sometimes they reach out to us. So I think the platform of TIC gives you more ease of access to these buyers than you may have had outside of the platform.
And do you see, is it 26 years in, I believe? Do you see the conference aligning with a national thrust? Because yes, administrations, they change, but in terms of making sure that business goes forward, where do you see TIC position?
Well, the TIC is just one of the offerings of TTME. And TTME is all about diversification of the economy so that more and more we grow out the manufacturing sector so that we, as a manufacturers, have a larger input into the GDP of Trinidad and Tobago. So the platform of TIC is very integral to allow that. Over the last 26 years of business, the platform of TIC has allowed business to generate over $1 billion US in trade. And of course, this is both local and foreign entities that participate in TIC. But that's just to give you a key insight into how important this event has been and continues to be for both Trinidad and Tobago and for trade overall. And of course, as I said, it's one offering, but I also want to mention TTM also does a lot of trade missions that support that because as I indicated before, our key component is to grow capacity of our manufacturers so that they are able to export. And in fact, we have a lot of success stories coming out of TIC where they may have started off as smaller MSMEs participating in TIC that have grown to SMEs, and now they're able to stand on their own as their own booths, full participants of TIC without it being supplemented by any other entity. And we're really proud of those individuals. And some of those individuals further have gone on to participate in our trade missions. We love to see the growth of the entities themselves that participate with us.
And with that in mind, you had to send some of those contacts so we could have some of those conversations. But I
Of
like the fact.
course.
Thank you, because this is how we move the thing forward. But now that there are people who the ears are primed because they hear how much money has been made, and they say, okay, well, possibly I can access some of that, or potentially that could be my story in the near future. Now that people are listening with this sort of anticipation, how does someone prepare if there's still time? I know you spoke about the website, but even outside of the website, how can people prepare to be part of TIC?
Well, unfortunately, if you want to be an exhibitor, our booths have been sold out over a month ago. So I'm so sorry for anyone that be interested, but I can assure you that there will be space for next year. But I encourage those that have never participated in TIC or that may have interest to register as a buyer and come and see what it's about. Because coming and being exposed to the conference itself, the convention itself, would give you an idea of what to expect when you yourself are an exhibitor. Outside of that, please contact the TIC Secretariat, headed by Team Lead Shanna Marie Israel. At TTMA, you can contact her on our phone 675-8862 and ask for Shanna Marie, and she can give you a walkthrough on what it is to participate at TIC. But I beg of you, give her till after TIC, right, to see it.
And I can even imagine individuals registering as buying because we're like, shucks, I missed out on the deadline period. And even looking at the fact that you say a month ago, that says something about the brand TIC. But registering as a buyer and going in, and then even just looking at getting ideas from booths, looking at how it is people position some of the products, some of the narratives that people have a brand. Because I remember somebody saying, people don't necessarily buy the product, you know. They decide to buy the product after buying the story. So how you also have your story, I mean, there need to be a level of quality with it. But just going and filling your mind with ideas, going as a student, because this is something lifelong learning, especially if you're trying to be an agile business, trying to scale up, trying to move forward.
Most definitely.
And I want to ask though, TIC is finished. People have left on a high. Who are some of the partners that TTMA works with in terms of building capacity?
Most definitely. Well, we can't not mention our major sponsors, right? So those are Exim Bank, TSPT, Ministry of Trade, and the Balrog Group. Those are our key sponsors, and they have been participating and sponsoring TIC, partnering with us for over 15 years. So this is a long-term partnership that we have built with these entities, and we continue to do so. And then for our different elements of TIC, like we have our opening ceremony happening Wednesday 16th, the evening of Wednesday 16th at Center of Excellence. We have a whole slew of partners for that as well. Honestly, really too much to mention right now. But we are grateful and thankful for all partners and all sponsors for this show because they have seen the importance of this show. They have seen how it has grown. They have seen how it has the impact it has made on the business community and the business landscape of Trinidad and Tobago. And we believe that is why they have continued to partner with us and support us year after year after year. And we are so grateful.
I know you spoke about the website. There are also social platforms because sometimes people remember social platforms and that will direct individuals to the website. So what platforms can we get information about TIC on?
We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram. And you can either look at TIC platforms on those two entities or even just follow TTMA platform and you get everything related to TTMA and TIC and thereafter, including trade missions and everything else that I've spoken about. So I encourage you to like and follow and share any information with the entire party.
Every speaker is a big speaker and you can learn something from everyone. Is there anyone in the seminars, in terms of like those webinars happening prior to the opening on Wednesday, or at the launch itself, or on one of those physical days that people should be, ooh, this person going to be there? Who are some of those people?
Definitely IDB Invest, who's another sponsor of TIC this year. It was remiss of me not to mention them before. They are hosting a webinar happening today, from today. So go onto our website, log in, register. It's free to attend their webinar. And that's definitely their theme is strengthening local supply chains and financing solution for MSMEs. That's micro, small, and medium enterprises. That's definitely one I think everyone should check out.
Okay, and the last point, I mean, I spoke about getting ideas, but I think sometimes the biggest thing, whether or not you go as an exhibitor or as a registered buyer, is just seeing that you are not alone. Because sometimes there's a way that you need to kind of put your blinkers on, put your shoulder to the wheel, and sometimes you forget that there are other individuals going through similar circumstances with their own efforts, and just being able to bounce ideas off each other. One, yes, but also realizing that, hey, it's not just me. I thought it's only me having problems with this thing. But okay, this
Yeah.
person has done it like that, and this is how they've been able to get past this hurdle. And are those some of the stories that you'll get as well?
Most definitely. And one thing about TIC, just like our pop-up shops that we host, there's a camaraderie that exists amongst the exhibitors, especially those that are used to coming back year after year, and they know each other. They form a bond that actually helps each other, including, I can say for sure, on our trade missions. The networking amongst the participants themselves, they have helped each other so much in terms of unblocking some of the challenges that may have happened, they may have faced, and that happens at TIC as well.
And once again, 26 years, that is past a quarter century. And people say that you're those stone empty mango trees. So definitely there is something that people keep on coming back to. One, to participate, and two, to sponsor, because sometimes that's a big thing too. Huh? So, Ms. Jaikaransingh, we want to thank you so much for just whetting our appetite and getting us a little more excited about the Trade and Investment Conference. This is Kailash Jaikaransingh, Team Lead of Marketing at the TTMA. And on behalf of everyone responsible for In-Depth, I'm Dike Rostant. Thank you so much for joining us.